Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. Today we're writing songs. Everybody, I'm writing songs, you're writing songs, everybody's writing their own songs, and this is truly for all levels. So anyone can write a great song. You are going to write a great song. Depending on your skill level, you may not be able to play the song at the end of the lesson that you've written, but at least you'll have something you could pass off to one of your musician friends and have them play the song for you that you wrote. So that's the goal today, is to write a song and understand how they're put together. You'll hear lots of talk about chords and about keys, so it helps if you have some knowledge about that. But there are really three parts: the chords, the melody, and the lyrics, and you can just do one of those parts. You don't have to do all three of them. And I should also throw in here, there's many ways to write a song. So this is not the right way to do it. This is just a way that I think is easy to get started on and for me to show you how to do on your own. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside, so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And thankfully, I think that's about all we need to cover before the lesson. So if you'd stick around afterwards and fill out the survey, I would love your feedback. But for now, let's have some fun and make some music. It is so gloriously cold in here. My fingers are going numb. And if you're in the archives, that doesn't make any sense to you at all. But if you've been watching these lessons consecutively, last week was absolutely miserable. The air didn't work at all. So yeah, it's nice to be finally frozen. And we have our moderator, Kendra.
Guess what?
What?
So I ordered my first ever, it's called like a book box. And it's like...
I see what you're talking about now. Okay, go ahead.
And it's, I didn't get the subscription yet because I think I'm going to need to get a job before I can do that, even though I'm not old enough to get a job yet.
Yes.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It comes like with the book.
Subscription boxes are ridiculously expensive.
Right.
Yeah, someone should find a way to make some money off of that in music.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be genius.
And then there's, like with the word maestros that I can never say.
Hey, watch it. We haven't told the world yet about our plan to take over the universe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, well, cool. So you're getting a book box thing then.
Yeah.
That you're super
it's pretty
excited
cool.
about. Okay.
I get it in October, so
yeah. Alrighty. Well then, we're supposed to be writing a song today. We've been playing Change the World now for like 6 or 7 weeks. So hopefully you can already play some of that. But honestly, if you can't, that's all right. You don't actually need to be able to play the piano in order to write a song. And so we're going to be walking through that stuff. If you can, that helps out. But whatever. This song, let's take a look at the time. Well, first of all, we have the key of this song, which is the key of E. So hopefully you've already been practicing the key of E, and you can kind of play it, because we're going to write our song in the key of E. Now, little hint here, if you want your song to not sound like, let's take a step back. So when you write a song, and we write this song in the style of Eric Clapton, then when you like go to play it, a lot of times people get their chords from tabs. Guitar players are gonna especially get their chords from tabs or from tab sites like ultimateguitar.com and stuff. So if you have a song that is E and then F sharp and then G, then that's going to look and feel a lot like the beginning of his song, because those are the first three chords. If you play the exact same song in a different key, if you play C, D minor, E, that wasn't right. No, E flat. Now that is the exact same song. It's just in a different key, but people who go to play it, other people who go to play it, will go, oh, this one has a C and a D minor and an E flat. That's a totally different song than this other one that I know that goes E, F sharp, minor, G, but they kind of sound similar because most people don't understand how keys work. So my recommendation would be after you write your song in the style of whatever song you're writing it in the style of, I don't know if that sense was right or not, then change the key to it, because then people who go, oh yeah, that's the same as that other song, then they'll go to like play it and they'll be like, oh no, this guy's using totally different chords. This is an entirely different song. It just really, really sounds like the other song, because it's just in a different key. Hopefully that made some sense. Switch the key is my recommendation. But because we're trying to write this thing for the first time, we're going to stay in the same key, in the key of E. And we're going to take a look at some of the key components that we want to keep the same in order to really sound like this song without being the song. So first thing is we're going to keep the same time signature. In fact, your play along track is the drum track from when we did the arrangements. The tempo, we're going to keep the tempo about the same, which is about 100 beats per minute. It's got a straight feel instead of a swung feel, so it's instead so it's got the straight ahead feel. And then the section sizes are all down here. Our intro is going to be 8 bars, I should say, an 8 right there. So 8 bars right here, and then we've got a set of 16 bars for our verse, and then our chorus is going to be another actually 9 bars, because we have this little extension right here. So it should be 8, 16, 9 is the intro, verse, and chorus, and that's what we have down here where we're going to fill in all of our chords. So with all of that said, let's take a look at some of the important parts. Now, Kendra, you want to jump in for this part. Anything when we were playing, because I could tell everybody what the important parts are, but I want you to tell us what stands out to you as a significant thing in the song. What's weird about this song when you hear it?
Oh, just like right now?
Yeah, sure.
Anywhere in the song?
Yeah. Like what stood out to you as being, hey, that's kind of different. That's kind of unique.
I don't know if this is different or unique, but I noticed, I think it was in the verse. It starts out, and then I feel like it goes up.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true or not.
So it's got kind of a descending feel.
And then, like, I think it's like the third line, and it goes, that this love I have inside.
Yeah,
it goes up.
Cool.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's kind of, it's not really a tonalization, but it's kind of like a temporarily, we feel during this section right here like we're in a different key, because we spent this entire time right here pedaling that E. So we had that E under everything. Oh, and for the tech reasons, make sure you pull yourself out for the whenever.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Wait, so like right now or later?
This is totally a tech note. This has nothing to do with the lesson. Sorry, guys. So we've got an E, and then we're going to pedal that for the whole time. And then during this third line, like Kendra was talking about, we've got this A here, and then we're going to pedal the A for a whole long time. And then right here, we're going to pedal this E until we hit this chord right here. And this is a significant chord. that chord right there took us to something else. So we want to make sure that when we do our thing, that right here, we kind of give ourselves something different, that this right here kind of sounds similar to this. And then right here, we're going to put in some really funky chord that's going to lead to something else. Hopefully that made some sense. So pedal a bunch of stuff right here, and then do something different for this third section right here. Okay, so Kendra, what else did we notice in the playing of the song that just kind of stood out as kind of interesting sounding? Because there's lots of technical notes about it, like the fact that we have a half diminished chord in there a bunch of times and stuff. I don't think really people notice that as much because it doesn't sound weird. It's just hard to play. Any other things that sound interesting or weird?
On the, I don't know, maybe this is the diminished thing or maybe it's something else. And when it goes, if I could change that.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
cool. So we have that little chromaticism in there at the end. So we can steal that right here. Something chromatic. It's going to take us to, yeah, so. Okay. So other than that, I think we're pretty open to whatever we want to do. We're going to steal well, one other thing I want to point out, that Kendra didn't point out. This chord right here is a really unique chord. That thing right there on the intro. So that one right there that we're going to is kind of out of place. So when we do our thing, we're also going to put kind of a funky chord in right here and right here. All right, so other than that, let's start with our verse. Our verse has a lot of pedaling. Oh, and our chorus has noticeably less pedaling, and it has, as we talked about before, a lot of, in other lessons, a lot of cycle moves through the circle of fifths. So we want to do a lot of circle stuff in the chorus and have a lot more movement, and the verses are going to pretty much stay pedally. So circle movements. I'm going to say cycle, because that's the way my teacher always referred to it with me. Cycle moves through the circle of fifths. Okay, so then the verse. Kendra, what do you want to pedal here? Usually we're going to pedal the 1 or the 5. Which one do you pick?
The 1?
Yeah, go ahead and throw yourself in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, Okay, so we'll pedal the 1, which means we're going to have to be really purposeful about not playing.
Oh, sorry, I was in the chat.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's
everyone.
where you're supposed to be. For those tech reasons, we got to try to keep things moving, see if that solves our freezing problem. So then, yeah, we got to not play the same chords that they played when we go to write our verse.
Wait, so then should we pedal on the 5
no,
instead?
well, yes, I would have picked the 5.
Well,
but
let's
that's
do the 5 then.
That's not
I only
how
picked
this
the
works.
1 because I knew that they did it in their song.
But everyone else at home wants to know, well, if I pick this randomly, is it really actually going to work? Or is Jamin just picking all this stuff because he knows what's going to work, and I don't really have a chance at winning this game? So yeah.
Then we have to change the chords.
We got to make sure that we do something different. Yeah, we can't go.
Well then,
because
should we change the second one so that?
No, we should keep that pedal all the way through. Yeah.
Okay.
So then we can't start on the 1. Instead, we're gonna start on the what?
Wait. Pick
another number that is not 1. Don't say 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Which chord number do we want to pick?
3.
3, sure. And then we're going to switch to what? A 2 or a 4?
4.
4. So we're going to go 3 over 1 right here. To a 4 over 1. Let's go to 2 after that. So we're just moving. There we go. 2 over 1. 3 over 1. 4 over 1. 3 over 1, and the over 1 is the pedaling thing that we talked about before. So we're just picking a 3 to a 4, and then doing the other option, 3, 2. So that's the 2 lines that we're going to do. And then right here, we're going to go 3, 4, that's all over 1, 3, and then we need to pick something that is going to move to the chorus, because that's what they did when they played their A flat, their G sharp, it was to move into the next section that was focused on the 6. So they're going from a major 3 to a 6, which is a cycle move. And so Kendra, you need to pick something in here that is, we're going to go through the circle of fifths, which is 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's the pattern of chords in the circle of fifths. Yikes.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That didn't make any sense, did it?
Well, I learned a little bit about the circle of fifths, like with the sharps and the flats, but that's about all I know.
Okay. So then in other lessons, we've talked a lot about the circle of fifths. And we'll just say that if you go from the 3 of the chord, I'm going to pretend like we're in the key of C here. If we go from the 3 to the 6, that is a cycle move. That's what we're looking for. That moves through the circle of fifths. 3 to a 6, or a 6 to a 2, or a 2 to a 5, or a 5 to a 1, or a 1 to a 4. Those are all cycle moves. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4.
And then does it go from 4 back to 3? Or where does 4 go to?
4 goes outside the key. Whoosh. It leaves to a flat 7.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's...
The 7 actually moves to the 3. So the actual one is...
Let's do flat 7 next
7, 3, yeah, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. That covers, that's the circle of fifths movements inside the key. But the 7 chord is that diminished chord that we don't really want to use. So, yeah, and it's actually the one that they used in there. So, yeah, we'll leave that one out for right now.
Okay.
But what do you want to start on? The 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, or 4? Don't say 4, because that leaves us.
I know, I was just thinking that.
Okay, good, yeah.
2.
2. All right, so we're going to go 2, 5, 1. Nope, sorry, we can't do that.
6.
Okay, we'll do the 6. Let me show you why we can't do the 2. The 2 is what they used. They started on the 2. And they do cycle moves after the 2. So F sharp minor to G is not a cycle move, but the rest of it's all cycle moves, and it starts on the 2. So we can't start on the 2 just because they did. But you said 6?
Yes.
6. Okay, and the 6th chord in the key of E is a what?
Wait, in the key of E.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me count the keys. 1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2,
5.
3, 4,
It's
5,
either gonna... Oh, that's... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, C sharp. So we're going to C sharp minor. And then we're going to go C sharp minor, 6, 2, 5, 1. 6.
Oh, do you want
2,
the other camera shots so they can see?
Yeah, wider one probably.
Okay.
5, 1. And all of these charts are in the previous lessons. We've already discussed all the numbers for the chords in this key. So 6, 2, 5 is a B, and 1 is an E. So, and I'm just picking these chords because we'd already decided they do a lot of cycle moves, and so we're going to do a lot of cycle moves. And then Kendra picked randomly which chord we were going to start on. Then we'll go again 6, F sharp minor, 5, 1. And then we need to do some chromaticism down there. But first of all, let's do something for this third line that we still haven't filled in yet. So we want to do something other than the 1. Kendra, don't pick 4 because 4 is the one that they picked.
And don't pick 1.
And don't pick 1 because that's the one that we're on. So we can go with 2 or 3 or 5 or 6. Don't pick 7 because 7 sounds terrible.
3.
3. Okay, so we're going to pedal the 3 right here.
Oh, this is going to be weird.
It's going to be super weird. Yeah. Okay. And then what chords do we want to play over the 3?
Any?
Any chord. Don't pick the 7.
5?
5, and then you want to move up or down from the 5?
Down?
Down to the 4.
Because they move up, right?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. And then down or up from the...
Down.
Okay, so we'll go...
Oh, wait. Can we not do that?
No, we can do that. 3 over 3. It's just a 3 chord. And then a 2. So 5, 4, 3. That 4 over 3 is super not Eric Clapton-y. That's not very bluesy at all. But we'll see what that sounds like.
Wait, can...
Nope.
Of course
Sorry.
not. Okay,
So
cool.
then, we'll go ahead and play the track. I'm going to just fake the intro here, and then we'll see what our verse sounds like. Yikes. This will be interesting. Oh, that's right. here's our verse. It's the 4 over the 1. Now here's our 5 over 3. Back to the other one. 3, and then something else right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So then we gotta do something chromatic there. And the yes.
Hey, Jamin, can I turn on the volume on the track a little bit?
Turn down?
Oh,
I had it turned up. Yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
Should I ask, do they?
Yeah, in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Because we can't tell.
Yeah, we have no idea if it's cool.
All right, so then the chromaticism, I screwed up. The chromaticism is supposed to happen right in here, not right here. So that should be on our chart right here. Something chromatic right here. So then, with that information, we still have a couple things left we need to throw in here before we move on to the intermediate version where we try to actually write a melody over this thing. First of all, this guy right here. The question is, what would move well to this chord over here that we've got, the C sharp minor? Unfortunately, the answer is the same one that they put in. So the move that on the circle of fifths that goes to C sharp minor, if you have your circle of fifths open, that is an A flat major chord, G sharp major chord, which is the same one that they use. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in there anyway. A flat, yikes, and my pen is dying, or something. A flat, bummer. We're going to play an A flat right there. That's much better. So A flat right there is going to go to the C sharp minor, to the F sharp minor, to the B, to the E. So we'll try that in there because that's the one that precedes it in the circle of fifths. I'm not picking it randomly. I'm picking it on purpose because we want something that's going to lead into the chorus really nicely. And in general, at the end of your verses, you are going to want something that's going to just segue really nicely. The circle of fifths is usually the best way to do that. So the end of your verse should be the prior circle of fifths cycle move that leads into the first chord of your chorus. All right, so then our intro, we're probably just going to pick the chorus.
Hey,
yeah.
Jamin. By the way, the cat. Oh my gosh.
The chat.
The chat.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, they say that the volume is fine.
There. There's no way.
Oh,
okay. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Cool. Sure.
So the intro, I'm going to go ahead and use the chorus chords here for the intro, just because if we play the verse, I don't know. Kendra, what do you think? Pick randomly. 1 or 2? Verse or chorus? 2? All right, so we'll use the chorus chords for this. So we're going to go C sharp minor to F sharp minor to B to E to C sharp minor to F sharp minor to B, and then they played A over B, which is a great segue into the beginning. So we'll go A over B just like they did. We're going to steal that from them. They did that right there, just to prove that I'm not picking that one, some other random chord on purpose that would make it sound better. Okay, and then we said that right here we want to do something kind of fancy, kind of out of the ordinary. So we'll just turn that F sharp minor into an F sharp major. So we're going to go C sharp minor to F sharp major to B to E. C sharp, F sharp to B to A over B. Let's see what that sounds like. We have a drum track. I think we have all of the chords for our song. We just wrote these based on the most important characteristics from Eric Clapton and not stealing anything else from him. Good luck to all of us. 2, here we go. our other thing. So the chromaticism thing that I did right there was just a B, and I just went down and then down again. So B, B flat, A, just because that's what that's not the move they made. They went from G over E to G minor to F sharp minor, but we were on a B, so I just did 2 moves down like they did. So I think that's all of the chords that we're going to use. Now we're going to try to write a melody on top of this, but first it's time for our feature of the day. I think, yes, which should be tenths. So this is a really helpful voicing tool. It's just whatever key you're in. Let's pretend that we're in the key of C, because I know a lot of you are more familiar with the key of C. So if we're in the key of C, you already probably know, if you've done very much with harmonies, that you could take anything that you do in the key of C and then just play a third above that. So 2 notes up. And that sounds really pretty. Right? Really pretty right there. Then something you can do to change that voicing to make it sound not quite so pretty, but still keep all of the niceness of it, just taking the pretty down a notch, is to take this note, the lower note, and just drop it an octave. So it's really a third plus an octave. But now this sounds really nice still. But it doesn't quite have all of the the glittery, like all the I don't know, whatever it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. But putting that extra octave in there allows you to play a lot lower. If I play thirds down here, that sounds really muddy and ugly. But I just put an octave between those notes, like that. And so if we did that with this song. Really nice way to voice that. So using tenths, especially, man, if your hand is big enough that you can reach tenths, that's really cool too, because then but even if you can't reach it with one hand, just playing it with with both hands as your chords is a nice way to open up your voicings. And let's try writing a melody on top of this thing. Maybe we'll throw some tenths in there. Let's go. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.